starting the episode without Nyuu.
3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Alright.
Sync.
Oh fuck, I think he heard us.
I think he heard us. We're fucked.
Wait, I just realized my whispers are actually not going through.
You're gonna have to speak up.
Oh. Alright. I have to speak up way more than I thought I would.
Okay. Alright, Nyuu.
Welcome to the Triple Baka podcast again.
Live number 2.
Yeah, for the second time.
Yeah, this time we're using the correct mic.
This is episode 4, I believe.
I think. Yeah.
And I actually watched anime this time.
Oh, wow.
We're back to it, baby. So, what have you guys been up to lately?
I guess I can talk about my show, because I've been waiting to talk about this show.
Yeah.
For so long. Okay, so I only watched 2 shows this time. I watched Uchu Taite God Sigma.
Yeah.
And this show, alright. Uchu Taite God Sigma only had the first 3 episodes subbed. I would have probably watched it if it was fully subbed.
Yeah.
Because the first episode opens with them, like, with an alien landing on Earth, but he just looks like a human.
Yeah.
And he's, like, watching, like, a science fair where they're showing off big, giant robots.
Yeah.
And, you know, as mech shows do. And the robot in the science fair goes, like, berserk. And it starts, like, stomping on people and, like fucking, like, moving on its own, and people are like, what the fuck, why is the robot doing that? And it keeps cutting into the cockpit, and there's, like, a girl in there, and she's like, how do I stop it, and it's, like, played for laughs, but it's, like, stomping on things and, like, destroying shit.
Millions are dead.
Yeah, and eventually, it, like, some dude breaks into the cockpit and, like, pulls her out of it. Not the main character, by the way. Just some dude breaks into the cockpit and is like, alright, you're coming with me, and, like, takes her with and takes her to the ground. And it turns out that the person in the cockpit was actually the daughter of the guy who made it. And the guy who rescued her was, like, that guy's, like, I don't know, like research assistant or something like that.
Yeah.
And the next thing that happens, the main character walks up to them because of all the commotion, and the next thing that happens is the scientist guy walks up to the girl, and she's like, haha, oops, sorry, I didn't know what I was doing, I wanted to be the first to pilot, haha, and he just fucking smacks her, just, like, right across the fucking face.
Slap a hoe.
Like, and the next shot is not like the dad going, oh, it's the main character just smiling. And I was like, holy shit, I am so sad this is not subtitled. This show is hilarious.
Just watch it raw, bro.
I guess I have to.
Donate yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta do it. And then I stopped watching that after 5 minutes because, sadly, it was not subbed. I didn't want to get attached.
Yeah.
So I started to watch the next show on my list, which is Densetsu Kyojin Ideon, or it's translated as a lot of different things, but the thing the opening calls it is Space Runaway Ideon, so I'm just going to call it Ideon.
I'm pretty sure, like, the Japanese name is, like Legendary Giant.
Yeah, the Legendary Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call it in the show. So far, here's my problem. It seems good and all, right? And the show is by Tomino, the same guy who did Gundam. So, you know, I should like it. But literally the first 3 episodes are exactly Gundam.
Here's the thing you're gonna learn about Tomino if you keep watching Tomino's stuff, is that Tomino has occasional, like, psychic brain blasts, and that's, like, what results in the second half of Gundam.
Yeah.
And some other things that they've done. But Tomino is also, like, kind of dumb and really weird. And occasionally they make Garzy's Wang.
That was Tomino?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Shiratori? This must be the place where Yamato Takeru no Mikoto came down from the sky. What? What the heck is this now? Ah! Ah! Ah!
Oh my god!
Huh? Oh Oh my god, I felt like I was having a dream.
I'm like having a crisis over this.
I forget, have you watched Garzy's Wing?
I have not watched Garzy's Wing
It's a fantastic watch. Don't watch more than one episode at a time, though.
I know.
You know, give yourself a break.
Yeah, I need to watch it, though. I've seen the first episode, and it was, like, insane, and I loved it.
Make sure to watch the dub. It's the only way... How did that get a dub?
I don't know.
Actually, I know how it got a dub, and the story is very funny.
Wasn't it, like, some dude who was like, I fucking love this show?
Yeah, for some reason, one of these guys that worked at, like, this dubbing place that had done... I don't know what else they've done, but there's a fairly high-profile dubbing place. The guy who was in charge of that thing was just like, I love it. I love Garzy's Wing. It's so good. It has to get dubbed.
And he was right.
Is the sub just as funny as the dub? Or
Not as much.
damn.
But it's still great.
Yeah, so anyways, back to what I was saying about Ideon, right? So, like, the opening of the show, literally the first... I've watched 2.5 episodes, and it is, like, exactly the same as Gundam.
Yeah.
Like, the entire plotline so far is the same thing, except nobody invented the robot. They dug it out of the ground. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And Amuro has a full afro now instead of, like, a fake one. You know?
Yeah.
And, like, that's it. You know, same plot points, you know? Like, they're on, like, a thing that isn't Earth, and they get a robot, and the main character accidentally ends up on the robot while they're being attacked by, like, foreign invaders. And, like, the foreign invaders are having their own story that's going on, and, like, it's, like, beat for beat. It's, like, exactly the same. And I don't know if I can, like, do it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can sit through this whole thing waiting for it to get good again, because... Like, okay, I've seen some stuff in the comments that maybe spoilers for
I'm gonna move the microphone.
Ideon.
Hold up, I'm gonna move the microphone.
That's probably a good.
You don't exactly have to yell for it to pick you up.
This is just my normal speaking voice. What are you talking about?
Yeah. but like, yeah.
Anyways, so, like, Ideon, right, like... I watched the opening, and when I was watching the opening, because the opening is amazing. Oh, I forgot to do it. Editor, quick! Back then, when I was fucking talking about that one show, I sent you a clip of the show. I want you to put it right there, of, like, the girl getting smacked.
Yeah.
And the guy smiling. Put it there, alright? Okay, we're good. Alright. Now, editor, put in a clip of the opening. Just, like, have the robot animation. The robot is animated really well in the movie. The opening. Yeah, of Ideon.
Make the screen shake while that's up, too.
Yeah. Spin it around.
Yeah.
Alright, and now, instead of making it disappear, make it get really, really small, and then make it disappear.
No, just keep it playing on loop in the corner of the screen.
Okay. What was I saying? The Ideon opening is, like, really good. And I scrolled down to the comments to check what people had to say about the show, and people were like, haha, this is a really fun, happy opening for a show that's really dark and fucked up, and that robot's like a genocidal maniac. And I was like, what? Oh, wait a minute. Something's wrong here. So, like, I want to figure out what's up with Ideon, but I don't know if I can get through the opening. It's, like, really boring. So, I don't know. But that's what I've been watching. All right, Nyuu.
All right. Oh.
Editor,
enough of that.
We're
enough
back.
of the X shit.
We're back. All right, you.
Okay. Actually, we're back to the X shit because I watched the rest of Alien 9.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting experience because the show is, like, it's really just very focused on these characters, or specifically just the main character, who develops PTSD, doesn't get over it, and then, like, psychically transfers it to the two other main characters. Like, this show, the most interesting thing about it is that it has, like, this well-developed setting, and it doesn't seem to have any particular interest in delivering very much exposition, and you just kind of watch as these, like, these 4 like slice of life little moments in this main character's like journey through being an alien hunter for the school happens.
Yeah.
And you watch like their mental state degrade while they make like no progress in actually advancing and growing up.
Yeah.
Because the system is just like literally stacked against them due to it started to feel like kind of a direct allegory towards like the Japanese school system and the workforce.
This really says a lot about our society, and yet we live in one.
Because it was all about like how like up from the top, like nobody really had any idea what they were doing, and like everybody's basically just like a child.
Yeah.
Where like the teacher person is apparently like they've been infected by like aliens and they've like become an alien.
Yeah.
And they like trained the younger people so that I think they can also become aliens to suit like the alien quota, which is now like become a part of higher adult society. Like this entire world is just like aliens and humans are now like one. And apparently they call for the aliens. That's why they show up on the schools specifically. And during like the final episode, like an alien shows up that wasn't supposed to come. And it like eats the one girl who was actually good at her job.
Oh my god.
And then the girl, it like psychically attacks the girl who got eaten by like preying on their like loneliness because they like this is basically like Evangelion but like condensed to 4 episodes.
Oh my god.
It's like Evangelion if the main characters were like 9. And instead of fighting the angels like in a mech suit, the mech suit was just like a hat. And they had to fight the angels in hand-to-hand combat.
It's like Evangelion.
On rollerblades.
It's Evangelion, but like moe, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they made it like a slice of life cute show, but like it's still Evangelion.
It's like if you took the slice of life like cute girl who doesn't do anything
and
right,
you put her through instrumentality.
Yeah, and then you make her like part of this weird like scheme to like create alien people. Except I'm not even really sure what that's about. Okay, I guess what I wanted to say about the show is it like never explains anything to the viewer. It doesn't even like seem to have much interest. It's not like things that happen are like incomprehensible. It's not like you have to read some external document or whatever. It's a pretty straightforward show in terms of like the plot progression and stuff. But it's like the fact that things will just sort of like happen as if they were expected to, or as if they don't care about whether or not they were expected to. And it kind of ties into what I feel like the main theme of the show is with like this main character, where like things just kind of keep happening for them and like everything's just beyond their understanding. And they're like expected to do all this like weird shit because of like this weird higher up that's like, oh, I don't actually know what I'm doing either. I just gotta like make the girls do stuff to meet like this weird quota, otherwise they're gonna like fire me or something. And so it's like, okay, the main character girl, she's not good enough right now. So what we decided is if we don't speed it up here, then I'm gonna die because I already fucked everything up because I handled this wrong. And so the main character girl, she has to like go in to like the place where they keep all of the captured aliens because they apparently have to like feed those aliens. The reason why they like don't kill the aliens and they capture them is because they use them for something. Aliens are like a resource in this world, I guess. But the main character, you know, they always have to like wear this hat thing because that's like what protects them. And so while they were feeding the aliens that were captured in all these cages and stuff, they have to use like the helmet alien to protect themselves so that the aliens don't just like kill them. And then like there was these 3 other guys who got infected unexpectedly by aliens, and they come in while she's not expecting it, and they just like they just like fire like a million like armor piercing fucking blades at the main character.
Oh my god.
And so it kills her hat alien, which protects her.
No.
And this sends off like a self-defense mechanism where it like unfolds into like a giant fucking like head of hair that's attached to her, and all of the hair strands like turn into like iron blades, and they just kill everything. They just kill absolutely everything in this room that she's in.
This is the most anime thing I've like ever heard.
And she's like, while everything's dying, she's like having like a panic attack here, and it like becomes a PTSD trigger for like the rest of the show.
Oh my god.
And it's revealed at this point, when this happens, that apparently the two other like girls, because they've all been wearing these hat things, are, I guess, like psychically linked now. So like when she feels like she's about to die and that everything went wrong, the other main characters feel it too, and now they have PTSD.
We've had evolving past the need for PTSD. Now we've had sharing PTSD with your friends.
Yeah. And then like the show ends with like the main characters like calling their parents and just like having a nervous breakdown, and then the credits roll.
Oh my god.
Like there's no resolution. Oh yeah, and also like the girl who got swallowed by the giant alien, who got like psychic attacked with like the loneliness that she developed from her older brother, like leaving and going abroad or whatever, in like this weird dream sequence. This show's full of like odd dream sequences.
Yeah.
I think she's just like, she wakes up in a hospital, and she like, the last thing we see of her is she like stands up, and this was the girl who was always like super enthusiastic about everything.
Yeah.
She's like not smiling, and like her little like hat thing has been like brought back to life, and it's like, hey, I'm glad you're awake. You gotta feed me now. I'm like starving here, because they need to be like carried around. They can't do anything by themselves.
Yeah.
And she just like looks at it and like makes like a weird face, and it's like, you are still like this person, right? And like, and then it just cuts away.
Oh my god.
So it's ambiguous if that character was like psychically replaced with like a new entity or something. In case you can't tell, Alien 9 is a little fucked up.
All right. Hey, Sayu, any updates you got for us?
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Nothing at all?
No.
Quitter?
Bro.
Quitter?
It's over.
No.
It's over, Sayu.
Explain yourself.
Explain.
What went wrong?
I don't know. I just don't want to do it.
Sayu is no longer watching every Moe show.
Yeah.
I watched like the one episode of the one, and then I realized, wait, this stuff gets really, really boring really fast.
All right, so pick a different genre.
So you finally realized you're not actually that big of a fan of Moe.
No, I like it when it's good. It's just I don't want to watch the boring.
That's
things,
why you just
bro. It's a finish or fail. If you think it's boring, then you just stop watching it.
Yeah.
Then you go to the next one.
What if it gets good later?
It doesn't.
It won't.
You don't know that.
Okay, then who cares? You can come back to it later.
Yeah, if you hear it's good, if people on the like
come
yell
back
at
to it
you
later,
in the
bro.
comments and are like, "Yo, that show's really good," you can go back later. Like that's what I'm probably gonna do with Ideon.
Yeah,
Is like I'm probably gonna skip it for now.
Like nothing is dropped forever. Everything goes on hold until you're dead. Then it's dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The Moe anime is back on.
Okay.
All right.
Back on.
Sick.
I
Just
still
skip
have-
that sugar plum whatever it is.
I did already.
All right, then move on to the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, once your genre gets good, it gets real good.
Like look at a list and find what's the next one that I'll probably like, and then you can just kind of forget about everything in between.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
That's
like
what I do.
I literally started at Gundam for a reason because I knew I would like Gundam, and what do you know? I liked Gundam.
I have, after I finish Ashita no Joe, the next one I'll probably like doesn't start until like Lupin the Third
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
like 73 or whatever.
Oh God, that's so far.
I do actually have an.
It's not that far because there's like fucking like 10 anime a year.
Yeah.
I do actually have an update for the anime I have watched. I watched all of Invincible.
That's
not
not
an
anime.
anime.
Ban. All right, editor, put in like an explosion, and Sayu's dead now.
Yeah, explode Sayu.
But now they're back to life.
Okay, fine.
Editor, I want you to animate Sayu's little avatar exploding, and then I want you to animate it backwards. Don't just reverse the clip. Like literally reanimate it by hand.
Well, that's beyond their pay grade or whatever.
It's fine. Just give them like 15 more minutes in the tranquility.
In exposure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Editor, we will say your name on the next episode of the podcast if you do this.
What's our editor's name?
Nyuu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's Nyuu.
they're also new. I forgot.
Yeah.
Very forgettable.
Yeah.
Very, very forgettable character on this podcast of ours.
What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wanted to like go back and I wanted to like talk about like my 3x3 again. Not like all of it, but
Yeah?
in discussing with our newest big fan, Josh Rob 1, they seem to take a big issue with the way that I explained Fooly Cooly and other things. And it made me go back. I wanted to say this actually on the second episode, and I just never did.
Yeah.
That I really want to go and explain everything on my 3x3 in much more detail, because there's lots of things that I said that aren't true, and I was just kind of like word vomiting through it so I could like, actually cover every anime in like the 15 minutes I fucking had.
Yeah, we
like-
were real low on time
Yeah.
after the hell that was anime catch up.
So no, I do not think that Fooly Cooly there has little to say about it, and I do not think it's just a bunch of bullshit. That was the phrase. Me and Chris and Josh have been discussing the phrase "a bunch of bullshit" because I used it to describe Metal Gear Solid 4 and Fooly Cooly, both of which I think are artistic masterpieces. And that caused some confusion.
You can be an artistic masterpiece and be a bunch of bullshit.
That's my take on it, honestly.
And Chris just doesn't get it. People don't get it.
If you ask me, a bunch of bullshit is like a compliment when it's going towards art.
How I kind of described it is like, if something is like a bunch of bullshit, it's kind of like the term I'm replacing a bunch of bullshit with is like psychic brain blast, where you just kind of throw everything at the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it is meaningful to the person who's doing the throwing. But if you don't get it, then you just don't get it. And it has very little interest in whether or not you get it.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And Serial Experiments Lane is not pretentiously overcomplicated. Every frame is meaningful. I just didn't say that. I was talking about what other people thought.
I mean, to be honest, you explained yourself pretty well when you were talking about Lane, where you said that it is like pretty pretentious and there's like a lot, like it's overly complicated. But because it's like overly complicated to say the thing it wanted to say, it's like it works more. You think about it more.
Well, what I meant in saying that was that like people say it's like overcomplicated, but the thing is, it like all the little things that happen in Lane do hold some kind of like thematic meaning, at least in isolation, or contribute something to the overall like progression of the show in terms of the ideas it's thrown at you. And while you could broadly explain the themes of Lane in like a paragraph or two, you would be missing all of the like micro themes and imagery that you get throughout the rest of the show, which adds on to everything that you do consciously understand afterward. That's what I meant to explain. But people seem to interpret it as like essentially being overcomplicated, and I kind of just wanted to like talk about that, but I didn't explain it very well.
Yeah.
Same thing with Fooly Cooly, Space Dandy, whatever. But alright, that's all I had to say about that, though.
Yeah.
You should make a video talking about your 3x3.
I already told you I have plans to make an individual video about everything on my 3x3. And those are probably the first things that I'm making because the script that was my first video became about Space Dandy, so now I'm just going to rewrite it to be a Space Dandy video.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope to see it someday in the future.
I have a plan that starting next month, I'll put out 2 videos a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope to see it soon then.
Yeah.
I will continue to produce Nier for the rest of my life. I am chained to this game. The side quests never end.
Now, I mean, some of those videos may be shit. I mean, I can throw together a video in like a day if I wanted to. I'm not an experienced video maker, but it doesn't take me long to write a script, and editing is not that hard because I do simple, funny editing.
Yeah.
So,
like, I don't know. I feel like I want to go back to making scripted videos because I genuinely really did like making those, but I'm not very good at reading off of a script. My rambling videos are typically way more entertaining to like listen to. Apparently,
here's what you do: is you kind of write
like an outline,
an outline of a script.
Yeah,
and then you just kind of talk through the script.
Yeah,
like, live, and then you edit out all the parts where you're like repeating yourself, and you just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta do that then. I don't know. I'm thinking like I'm gonna produce at least a few of them while I'm working on not Nier, but like whatever my next game is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take like a month off after Nier to work on some very important videos, probably, depending on a couple of factors. Those important videos might have to wait to like be finished, but I'll at least be writing them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything like live on what my plans for my next Let's Play series is gonna be. You, the audience, will just have to wait and see when I post my introduction video for it.
We're just doing like talking about our channels right now.
Yeah,
but
I don't care. Talking shop is like what this is for.
I have ideas about like stuff to do on my second channel.
Yeah.
My second channel is gonna be like stuff that's not related to anime, or at the very least, like much less structured things.
Yeah.
The second channel is probably going to be like if I do any like furry things outside of like anime, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
I have Curious Cat? Have you ever heard of that website?
No.
Curious Cat is like an add-on website for other social media, where it essentially is like an augmentation for adding in the anonymous ask functionality from Tumblr onto Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So you just log in with your Twitter account, and then people can ask you, like, anonymous things. Mm-hmm. I have, like, 30 questions that I never answered there from, like, 2 years ago.
Oh.
And I want to make, like, a Q&A, like, series where, like, people would ask you, like, Curious Cat questions. And I always thought answering on Curious Cat was super fucking lame and boring. Mm-hmm. Because you...
answer in a YouTube video.
Yeah, so like every like once in a while, just like take the Curious Cat questions and then like just post them in a fucking second channel video.
Yeah,
and I always thought that would be really fun.
I don't know when your birthday is, but whenever that happens, I'm buying you a pair of sunglasses. You're gonna have to have the camera for yourself, but I'm giving you the Digibro aesthetic. You can have it.
This is something that I'm not going to implement for a while.
Yeah.
But eventually, if I can get like a facial tracking module for a VR headset.
Yeah.
I already have the full like body tracking and stuff. I have like finger tracking. Yeah. So I wanted to replicate like the Digivlog aesthetic, but in VR as a VTuber.
That'd be like cool.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, and I could totally already do it. Mm-hmm. But it's much less interesting if there's not any like facial tracking on it.
Yeah. Oh my god, I need to get working on like my actual content that's not Let's Plays. I said I would do a bunch of videos and I still haven't done it.
Yeah.
I still really want to do that Sonic 06 is a masterpiece video. I'm probably going to work on that at some point in the future, probably sooner than most.
I also have to like actually we're going to do this eventually.
Yeah.
Like when you start working on those like reviews or something. But when we all have like a character design,
Yeah.
I was going to get like VR chat model for me.
Oh, that'd
Somehow.
be neat. I don't have VR, so
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
The intention of like making like a Sona character at some point for me was always like it would be like a digital avatar that I could use in place of like where I would appear anywhere. So if I could like make that a whole like weird VTuber thing, then it'd be cool.
Yeah. Sayu, you need a character design.
Nah.
You literally do.
I mean, we're gonna give you one, even if you don't use it for anything, other than like the little bottom left corner thing on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Because Sayu doesn't actually make any content.
Yeah.
He's just here because he's friend.
That's I take issue with that. I have 2 drawings on Twitter.
We'll keep making more drawings. You don't even have to post them. Just like make them.
Literally just draw.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, like okay, this is advice to all you aspiring artists out there. Sit down. Like when people say draw every day, you don't need to actually finish anything. You can say 5 minutes per day. I only need to draw for 5 minutes, and it can be like nothing. As long as you're like starting a sketch, 5 minutes go by, you say, I hate this. You drew for 5 minutes. And here's the thing with drawing every day. People don't tell you to draw every day so that you can get in a bunch of hours, because if you draw for like 10 hours a day, and then the rest of the week you don't draw, and like you do like 10 hours a week, if you spread up that 10 hours over like the whole week, you will like now have a thing going on in your brain where your brain is like, oh, I do a little of this thing every day, which means that it's important information, and it will start building those connections and having you like learn how to do it, even if you literally are only doing it for 5 minutes a day. If you're not doing something on a daily basis, your brain will just like not internalize it because it's like not an important thing.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've had to learn with editing is like when I'm working on Nier, I do best when I'm like bam, 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 when like getting videos done. Typically, like I do work on Nier literally every single day.
Yeah.
I either record or I post something or I edit or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Some days, I don't get it done, but I find that editing goes by faster when I'm like on a streak with it.
Yeah.
So, it works with a lot of different stuff. So really, all you gotta do is you gotta do it. You gotta do it every day.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking force yourself to do it.
5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
Every time.
5 minutes every day, Sayu.
I like legit just don't have time when I come home from work.
You got 5 minutes.
I have an hour that I don't even turn on my computer during.
Do it on paper. You got a break at work, fucking draw for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's until the work will see.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Kill him.
I said, but then the people that were at
No, don't say that. You can't say that in Minecraft. Terraria, Roblox.
Yeah, Roblox. It's Roblox now.
Yeah. Terraria Roblox.
Yeah. Oh, laying on the floor fucked up my back. But all right.
You're playing like special forces, whatever that like Battlefield clone in Roblox was.
Yeah, that's the game.
Have you ever like played that?
No.
Phantom Forces.
Oh, is it good?
It's like unironically like as good as a real Battlefield game.
Oh my god.
I played it once with and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like
Wow.
But all right, we're on to the main topic now.
Yeah, main topic.
okay.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Our topic is Pokemon. Now, I pulled up the Urban Dictionary definition of... definition of Pokemon. It is something that you pretended not to like since you turned 11, yet can't deny how sick it would be if they really existed.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Except I'm not pretending. Pokemon sucks. After Gen 5. Anything before Gen 5 except for Gen 3, good.
Wrong.
I hear the anime got really good around Sun Moon.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. Here's the thing, right? It's like Gen 1's like a super simple and sweet, like pretty good RPG on the Game Boy that can keep you entertained.
Yeah.
It is, I wouldn't call it a masterpiece or anything, but it is definitely, the very least, enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's got good music. The gameplay is simple enough that the Game Boy can handle it, and it's, like, fun enough that, like, you can just sort of pay attention to it marginally while you're, like, on a road trip or something. And then they made Gen 2, and, like, the exploration aspect of Gen 2 really took off, and, like, you had 2 whole regions to explore and 16 badges to earn, and all the Pokemon were in color now, and you can actually tell what they looked like for once. Editor, quick, show Venusaur's back sprite from Gen 1, please.
Like the green or the red and blue one?
Red and blue.
Okay.
Green you can throw up too, I guess, but like the red and blue one, it's like a jumble of pixels. It looks like nonsense. It's so bad.
The green sprites were real good.
Oh yeah. Editor, quick, green Mew. And then like Gen 2, you know, it was like super good. It was like probably the best a Game Boy RPG could ever be.
That's not
Boy,
true.
It was Game Boy Color.
They were the same console.
Even from day one, Pokemon was like technologically behind the times on the console it was on.
Point me in the direction of another RPG on the console that like a turn-based one.
I don't know.
There isn't
I don't know
one.
if there was many.
The only other one that I personally am aware of is this game called, I think it's like Lucia or something like that. It's like this really fucking weird game with like a weird like grid system in its battle. It was like really odd.
Maybe not Pokemon 1 and 2.
Gold, Silver, and
by
Crystal.
the time you get to Gen 3, there's like other games which are technically way more advanced than that.
I was about to talk about Gen 3.
And it never recovers.
No, I mean like Gen 2 of Pokemon is the pinnacle for the Game Boy.
Yeah.
And Pokemon Gold, Silver all ran on the Game Boy, Sayu. They're not just Game Boy Color games.
Yeah.
I thought
Crystal
they were
version.
all-
They had like color integration, but they could still run on the original.
Yeah, Crystal version was the color exclusive one.
Wait, then how do you know you got a shiny Pokemon?
They do an animation when you see them.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
They
you
go,
you see it in the Pokédex.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. But they do run on the original Game Boy. Not great, but they do run. Anyways, Gen 3 is like where Pokemon like dips. It like fucking, it's like, whoa. Because, like, Hoenn's got great music, it's got really cool graphics, it, like, feels neat to play, but, like, they fucked up the time system, as far as I'm aware. Granted, I haven't played on a version with a working clock this decade, but as far as I'm aware, like, the time doesn't, like, flow naturally. Like, there isn't, like, a nighttime version of routes or anything.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, like, there's a weather pattern system, but, like, you can stand in the middle of the desert in the sunshine.
shirt. Pretty good.
Yeah. Editor, quick, throw up a picture of a guy wearing a shirt.
Nice shirt.
Yeah. Anyways, no, what was I... Oh, yeah, no, like, you could be standing in the middle of, like, the desert route, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the middle of the night where you are, and the route is lit up as though there's, like, a sun, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, they took that a step back, because in Gen 2, all of the routes, all of the towns, all of the cities, not the caves, of course, but all of those places had, like, nighttime variants and sundown and sun-up variants that were the same variant, but whatever. But, like, they had variants for different times, and they did that for all of Johto and Kanto, and it was, like, crazy cool. And on top of that, the Pokemon, like, the Pokedex, I don't know. Gen 3 has some good Pokemon, but I wouldn't call it my favorite in terms of selection in a lot of ways. And, like, I don't know, like, Gen 3 just felt like it added a lot less than other gens. It didn't, like, I think it refined held items a bit. It added abilities, I believe, which was cool. I do like abilities. It didn't have the physical special split, though, so that's a big point off.
Wait, were abilities not a thing in Gen 2?
No.
Huh.
Abilities were not introduced until Ruby and Sapphire.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Gen 2 is, like, weird. But it's still probably one of the best ones, except for Gen 5. But no, like, the battle system in that one, I don't know, it didn't feel as good. It was the first time where it was noticeable that the Pokemon battle system was starting to get crusty, and, like, the design of the region is, like, this is like controversial. Like every time I say this to someone, they're like, "You're fucking like a moron. What are you talking about?" The design of Hoenn is dog shit.
I don't know what
terrible.
Hoenn is.
Hoenn is, oh god, how do I describe it? You've probably seen Hoenn.
I mean, I'm sure I have.
I think isn't it based off of like South America?
No, it's based off of a region in Japan.
All the first 3 generations.
All the first 4 generations are based off of Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe I could be wrong. Quick, editor, correct me.
I know.
Sinnoh is like Hokkaido, I think. Editor, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Also, add a whip crack sound effect.
Wait a minute. Okay, so hold up. Which game are they remaking right now?
They are remaking Diamond and Pearl. I was about to talk about Diamond and Pearl. Diamond and Pearl is like one of my favorites. Like Hoenn's like crustiness and its like terrible route design.
Yeah.
Like literally the entire ending like fourth of Hoenn takes place on a water route. Just a big open sea route with no idea for where to go.
Yeah.
And like
it's cool to explore the underwater and stuff.
There's nothing underwater.
There's plenty of stuff underwater.
There's barely anything. There's literally just Sutopolis and the cave you need to go into. That's it. That's underwater.
Well, that's the Reggies.
There's also a bunch of clam pearls. No, the Reggies are like on a different route. They're like off to the like east. No, west. They're off to the west. I'm complaining specifically about the block of routes that extend from Mott's Deep down to like where the Pokemon League entrance is.
I see.
That block of routes is fucking terrible. It's awful. The trainers are like really low level. All the encounters are extremely low level. There's not a place to grind for like Victory Road if you're having problems in there. There's not a place to grind for the 8th gym either at all. It's just like, I don't know. The way the levels are like laid out in Hoenn is like dog shit. The way the routes are designed, the way everything is designed in Hoenn, it's just like the first Pokemon game where I was like, I am not having fun at all.
Yeah, so Pokemon video games are all bad. My only exposure to Pokemon outside of various fan arts, which I find myself surrounded by all day, is the Pokemon anime I really liked as a child. Mm-hmm. Specifically, the movies are all 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Especially if you watch them subbed. Like, you don't gotta watch... The whole Pokemon dub is genuinely really good.
Yeah.
Though inaccurate, obviously. But it's genuinely really entertaining.
Editor, jelly donuts.
There they are. The movies are like... They're like a step above the show, even, in their production. And I never was able to get in the games at all, so I don't know anything about the games. Because I always felt like the appeal of the Pokemon was that, like, they all, like, have different, like, mannerisms. Mm-hmm. And
they don't show that.
When they do things, you know, they like, you know, physically interact with each other in, like, the fight scenes. Like, you know, when Pikachu fucking fights the Cubone, he, like, spins the helmet around so he can't see anymore.
Yeah. No, the Pokemon anime is way more creative with its battles than the games.
And when I went to play the game, it's just boring. like you press the button and then the health go down, and I don't give a fuck. I don't... Now, it didn't help that when I was younger, I didn't have any friends to play Pokemon with.
Yeah, that's probably a factor. I never finished explaining, like, why Pokemon sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so Gen 4 is, like, genuinely really good, right? It's got, like, a cool region design. It's not, like, at all bad like Hoenn was.
Yeah.
There's some crusty bits to it, but, you know, whatever. The battle system is still not great, and, like, editor, throw up the clip of Blissey dying from full health from Gen 4. Just, if you can find it, throw it up.
You're gonna have to link
play
that.
the whole thing, and Gen 4's battle system is the slowest in the series, and it feels bad to play.
I'm pretty sure it's just Diamond and Pearl, though. Like, they fixed that in Platinum, didn't they?
They fixed it in Platinum. It's marginally better. They didn't fully fix it until Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which are the best Pokemon games. Like, hands down. The second place is Black and White, which has a really, like, solid region design, and, like, the world feels way more alive than it does in other Pokemon games. The sprites actually, like, move in real time with, like, the battle happening, and, like, they don't, like, do the full attack animations, but, like, they have their own idle animations. The game has amazing music. If you play any of them, I'd recommend Black and White, just because Black and White themselves are so solidly designed, and it has like a whole new set of Pokemon within the region, so it's not like it's pulling from other ones, ending up with like really weird crusty decisions. Like in later gens, they have like the first stage of Dragon Pokemon appearing on the first route. Yeah. Like, it's so weird.
Of the Pokemon games that are not spin-offs, probably play Black and White, and then Black and White 2. Black and White 2 is the masterpiece, best game ever made. Yeah. When I was younger, like, everybody would always say that Heart Gold, Soul Silver, those are the ones. Yeah, but now I hear Black and White 2, like, almost more often.
Yeah, so definitely play both of them. If nothing else, play the original Black and White. Black and White 2 is, like, supplemental, you know? Yeah. It's, like, it's good again, and it gives you a chance to use other Pokemon and see how they expand the region.
The Pokemon spin-offs seem fun.
Yeah. No, I was going to talk about them after I explained why every Pokemon generation after Gen 5 is dog shit. All of them. There is not a single good Pokemon game that is released since Pokemon Black and White 2, and other than Super Mystery Dungeon, actually.
Mystery Dungeon spinoff.
Well, I mean, like, period. They stopped doing the spinoffs. I'm not going to count that remake because, like, it came out before. But like Super Mystery Dungeon's like the exception because it's still Mystery Dungeon. But like everything else, dog shit. Everything Pokemon that was like a spinoff went like free to play garbage. Yeah. Like Rumble went free to play for some reason. I didn't even know people who wanted to pay to play Rumble.
Alright, that first, like, month of Pokemon Go, though, that was great.
That was cool, yeah. Pokemon Go is still, like, genuinely kind of a neat game. It kind of boils down to just busy work for a while.
I bet it'd be a lot cooler if you lived in Japan.
Yeah, probably. Or at least in a city that isn't in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Yeah. But yeah, like... I don't know. Gen 6 is, like, bad. It's just, like, bad. Everything about it's, like, boring. It's got good music, I guess, but that's not, like, saying anything. Yeah. Like, Gen 6 just has a really, like, fucking abstract region design where, like, things don't flow naturally into each other. There's a point in the game where you literally walk from a forest to a desert. Like, it's the next route. Yeah. It's so bizarre. And, like on the opposite end of the area is just like a frozen mountain that leads out into a swamp. Yeah. And I don't know how to just, like, I can't piece together the Kalos region in my head because of that. And, like, Gen 7's also bad. I'm sorry, Sayu. No. Gen 7 is bad. No. It has almost no exploration in it. There's, like the game holds your hand all the way fucking through it.
I didn't get that vibe from it at all.
Is Gen 7 the newest one?
No. That's Sun and Moon. That's Gen 7 Sun and Moon, which takes place in the Hawaii region.
Maybe the Gen 7 anime is pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Ugly, I don't doubt it. Yeah, it is kind of ugly. Editor, show an ugly picture of Ash.
And then show a good picture of Ash.
Yeah.
And then show it does got some Satoshi.
Oh, Satoshi, that's his name.
This is the name of Satoshi Nakamoto.
Editor, pretend I said Satoshi.
Don't edit it in or anything. Just keep it in mind that he said Satoshi.
Sun and Moon got some Sakuga, though.
Yeah. No, I have heard really good things about the Sun and Moon anime, but yeah. Honestly, if we're talking Pokemon, we gotta talk the spin-offs, because the spin-offs are just blatantly better than the main game. Like, you talked about how you really like to see the Pokemon, like, do their own mannerisms and, like, interact with shit dynamically. Yeah. You have to play Pokemon Ranger on, like, a burner DS that you don't care if it gets destroyed. Any of the three, although Shadows of Almia is the best one, so, keep that in mind.
There was this WiiWare game that I remember hearing was really good, like Pokepark something.
Oh, that was a Wii game. Yeah, Pokepark's, like, decent. Here's the thing about Pokepark. It's a 3D game, right? Yeah. But it doesn't use the nunchuck. Mm. It's just raw D-pad. You're playing Metroid Other M again. All right. But, like, it's not designed for it. Pokepark feels like ass to play, and it's unfortunate because it's got, like, a lot of cool world building in it. And, like, you get to see the Pokemon interact. Like, you get to, like, play games with them. Yeah. Like it's a cute detail that the game Slowpoke wants to play is chase, Yeah. Or, like, to find the little Joltik, the spider Pokemon, it's, like, attached to other Pokemon. Yeah. And you need to attack them.
I also want to eventually play the Darkness games or whatever, like the XD and stuff.
So XD, Gale of Darkness, and Pokemon Coliseum are really interesting. First off, I want to mention this right now. Do not play Coliseum first.
Okay.
It may come first, but it is considered by many to be the hardest Pokemon game as far as the RPGs is concerned.
I can deal with a difficult video game.
It requires a lot of grinding, which is unfortunate. And Pokemon's got kind of a learning curve to it at times. I would recommend playing Black and White first.
Okay.
And then go ahead and go ham on Coliseum, but play Black and White first.
And I tried to play Mystery Dungeon a while ago, which is mandatory.
Yeah.
And I did start with the first one, which everybody says is like pretty lame. I didn't play the remake.
The first one's fine. It's okay.
But it was definitely a very charming little video game.
They are very cute.
I like that the like bad guys are like the villains that you're introduced to, like the mean team.
Yeah.
They're basically just like you're stupid. And like that's like the extent.
That's the villain arc. Yeah. No. If you ask me, the best one is by far. And keep in mind, this is someone who hasn't played Gates to Infinity, but I've heard that one's terrible. The best one is by far Explorers of Sky.
Both of the Explorers games, they tell me, are like great.
Yeah. Sky specifically has like a lot of extra content in it.
Yeah.
That like you don't get if you play the regular ones. So Explorers of Sky is the best one. That one you can emulate just fine. It doesn't have any like touch controls.
Yeah.
So I would recommend if you're gonna play any Mystery Dungeon games, that one is the one you choose.
Yeah.
It's very good. Highly recommend that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Ranger, Mystery Dungeon, Poke Park.
I actually have like a dual monitor setup now with like my drawing tablet, so I can play big DS game.
Dude, play Ranger on that. Like unironically, play Ranger on that.
Yeah.
You would like fucking love Ranger. Like I'm not even kidding. Play Shadows of Almia. The original Ranger's like bad.
I bet that's unironically a great way to play like DS games is like you just have like a controller and then
you can play
have, like,
Oendon.
the big fucking tablet.
You can play Elite Beat Agents.
Yeah.
And Oendon and Oendon 2. And that's it. That's the whole series. That's the whole genre on the DS. Are there any other like cool spin-offs that we haven't mentioned?
There's like the weird. I mean, there's like anime spin-offs. There's like.
I mean, yeah. There's the anime.
There's like that weird OVA they did in like 2014.
Yeah. Oh God. Pokemon. Fuck. What is that thing called?
Yeah.
It's the one that stars Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I did watch that.
Pokemon The Origin. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I did watch it, even though it's not listed on my Mal, and I did like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cute. I thought it was neat.
There's apparently this YouTube channel. Okay, I actually want to talk about how disappointing the like main Pokemon anime is.
Yeah.
Because every time they like do a weird like anime spin-off thing, like whenever they make like a short for like a music video, like when they did like the Bump of Chicken song.
Yeah.
You know the one? That was really great. It was really well produced. It told like this little story. It's got like all the nostalgia bits in it, and it looked amazing.
Yep.
It was kind of aimed more towards like a shonen audience with like the art style and the presentation. And there's like this weird YouTube channel which occasionally just uploads like one-off ONAs for Pokemon, just like little like 10-minute self-contained short stories. They're more geared towards like really younger children, but they have so much soul. I'm gonna like throw up editor, put up the Pokemon ONA thing for like children because it looks so good. It's like really well produced. Like it looks like K-On! It looks like K-On! But like more colorful and in like the Pokemon universe.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have subs, but I watched like one of these things anyway, and it was easy enough to follow. So it was super entertaining. If the whole anime was like that, I would watch it. A while back, I watched most of Digimon Tamers, and I watched the Digimon movie, and I wish every day that the Pokemon anime would be handled in a similar way creatively to Digimon, where instead of having just Ash forever, and like they try to keep like feature parody with the video games, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they just did a Digimon thing where it's just like, we have a season of Pokemon, and we hand it to, like, a team, and they're like, okay, they creatively handle this little side story for Pokemon.
Yeah,
you know?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Does this too.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Also does that.
Every Yu-Gi-Oh! Season is handled by a completely different team of people, for better or worse, you know. You get high highs like Zexal and 5Ds, and then you also get Arc 5, so, you know.
I understand why the Pokemon Company would be interested in keeping it so that whenever you watch Pokemon or play Pokemon, you always know what you're going to get. But in case you can't tell, I think pretty much literally every person is fed up with this strategy at this point. Because, like, you have way more people always complaining about every new Pokemon game. And you have, like, people who just think the Pokemon anime is boring. I want to see the Digimon tamers of Pokemon.
Yeah. I want to see Pokemon do something wild and crazy.
I want to see Digimon the movie of Pokemon.
I want to see, I mean, we got Pokemon the movie one.
Okay, but the thing is with the Digimon the movie is it was like an anthology 3-episode OVA where like they just handed off each one to like a different weird director.
Yeah.
One of them was Mamoru Hosoda.
Who?
The guy who made Summer Wars and Wolf Children and Boy and the Beast, among other things.
Yeah.
Mirai, as of recently. Bell, the newest one. He's fucking a genius. He's really good. Except Boy and the Beast was bad, though.
Upcoming, we do have a groundbreaking new Pokemon game in Pokemon Legends Arceus. That looks like shit.
I'm excited for it.
Fun.
I'm excited for it because it looks different.
I think at the very least, it looks like it's a different fucking thing. However, this game's art direction is, like, in the fucking dumpster. It's so bad.
I don't really know what happened.
Yeah,
Look, I know that you, Sayu, don't see the issue, but I do, because I have eyes.
Editor, please, throw up an image, or like a video of the fucking Chingling from the trailer of like the little yellow guy moving up and down. He's supposed to be bouncing, but he's 6 feet away from the trainer, and it's like fucking jittering, like it's like 40 feet away.
I don't even care about the technical aspects. I don't care if this thing ran like the worst parts of like the footage we saw for Scalebound, like the time, and like everything was at inconsistent frame rates, and like people were like falling through the floor like in Cyberpunk. The least they could do is like have more than like 2 textures for the ground.
Yeah.
And like use more than 1 tree model.
And maybe have the tree model lit like it's in the same environment as the texture for the ground.
Yeah.
At least
maybe. Like make sure that like that atmosphere and the sky are like the same color.
Yeah. Like, oh my god.
What are you talking about?
They are.
We already like went over this.
We've gone over this, Sayu. Editor, quick, record a video of Nyuu, real Nyuu, not fake editor Nyuu, who's trapped in our basement right now. Editing this as we speak.
Yeah, you know.
Record a video of Nyuu.
I'll go in and I'll do like a breakdown of why the thing looks like shit.
Do I want to put very much effort into this? No, I do not. That was not the original intention, but here we are. We got this screenshot. Look at the color of the sky. And then look at the fucking mountain. Look at that shit. And look at these trees. They're like all the same tree. And these ones, they're closer to the viewer, so they actually have like shading on them. You can see there's the sun side, and then there's the dark side, and then there's the shadow. And that makes the tree look like a real tree. But these trees are like weird little picture trees, and they don't have shadows. They don't even have like darkness under them at all. And then the ones in the background are just like flat colors. Why does the mountains Why are they like shiny?
Do a breakdown, and just know, viewers at home, that Sayu somehow tried to argue this. Sayu somehow tried to argue.
My objective breakdown
I
of why it looks bad to me.
I can't even
Sayu.
argue. I don't know what you're gonna. I don't
Okay,
know what you're gonna say.
so like, I mean, we can't bring up an image right now because we're just sitting on the floor of this living room.
Yeah.
But like, if you look at the trailer, like, there's really, really, really basic graphical tricks that you can put into a game to make it look like presentable. One of which is like, if there's like a bunch of trees in the distance, like a little like forested area, underneath it you have like a little darkened ground, because like, you know, the trees would be making that area beneath them darker because the trees block the light from hitting the ground. You know, Breath of the Wild does this to great effect. It's like an automatic effect. You don't even need to like manually like tool any of these things. You can just bake a little bit of AO into the fucking like ground texture.
And they just don't do it.
And they just don't do it. So all of the trees in the distance that are too far away to be casting real-time shadows, they just look like they're like imposed onto the image, and they're like this little like 2D tree texture, and there's only like 2 of them. There's only 2 of these textures for the fucking trees. So all around the map you see this like 1 or 2 different JPEGs for a tree just everywhere, and none of them appear to be like attached to the ground
in any way,
and they're everywhere, and like the entire world in front of you has like 2 separate textures. There's like the grass texture and there's like the dirt texture. And that's like the whole world.
Yeah.
Well,
this game...
We haven't seen the whole world. We've only seen grassy fields.
Yeah, we've seen the trailer shots, which are normally supposed to look better than the real game.
I really want to stress this. This big open world Pokemon game, this huge fucking Pokemon game, which Pokemon games are taking longer and longer to develop, and I mean all video games are, but Pokemon is pretty famous for having consistent yearly releases of like everything. And so this game, it's like literally it was a year out when the trailer was shown, right?
Yeah.
And this big Pokemon game that like was supposed to be super open world and really breathe fresh air.
New direction franchise.
It was supposed to really take everything in a new direction. This Pokemon game, which is only a year out from release, looks like a fucking Unity asset flip, and the Pokemon don't even function properly.
Yeah.
You don't function properly.
I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, the Pokemon company, you gotta hire the fans. Or like, I understand that a fan project is so much smaller in scope, and typically is piggybacking off of other people's already existing work. So it's not a fair comparison. But like, even if like you just had to throw together like a fake trailer in like a month, there are people who can create things in a single day in Unity which look about the quality of or higher than what they showed in this AAA video game.
It would be higher than by default because no person worth their salt who can put together something like that would make the fucking atmosphere like green when the sky is blue.
That's gonna be part of the fucking like breakdown.
Yeah.
How like the weird atmospheric scattering is essentially as complicated as it is in Minecraft.
Yeah. Oh my god. I think that game looks like dog shit, and I think it is going to be terrible.
I don't believe that it's a sure thing that the game will be bad.
I think it's a bad sign.
Sure, but there's been lots of, you know, I normally say with anime that I've never like watched an anime that looked good that I didn't like, other than there was literally just one. There was Terran Resonance.
Oh my god, yeah.
But with video games, it happens all the time.
Final Fantasy 13.
Because 3D graphics are bad and always look bad.
Final Fantasy 13 like perfectly exemplifies how a game can look great and be terrible. Like that game looks and sounds incredible, but it's so awful.
Yeah. Video games
Or bad.
Video games are bad.
Video games are bad.
No, but I think...
Finally, a based opinion from you two.
I think...
We're based all the
that
time.
the game can be fun still.
Okay, I'm not gonna go out here and say, oh, well, the game is confirmed to be completely unfun and terrible. Like, I'm certain they've got something going for their gameplay loop there that'll be interesting. But I just think, like, the technical aspects will be driving me crazy the entire fucking time I play it. To the point where, I will be looking at the game world that it's in and be, like, thinking... This looks like dog shit. This looks like so bad.
I was thinking this game has been in development for like 2 years. How long has it been in development for?
We don't know, as far as I'm aware.
As I'm
Editor,
sure,
look it up.
I'm sure that at the very, very minimum, the absolute minimum, it had to have been in development for at least like a year before they showed the trailer. Mm-hmm. And the final game is going to be like 2 years of development.
Yeah.
There's plenty of AAA games that get made in 2 years.
There used to be. Pokemon's operating off of a very, very old sort of structure for development, if this is the case, which wouldn't surprise me. Pokemon's just like that all the time. But Pokemon, like, yearly releases used to be expected, Yeah. Like, if you look at Sonic Team in the 2000s, we got Sonic Heroes in 2004, Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, Sonic 06 in 2006, Sonic and the Secret Rings in 2007, Sonic Unleashed in 2008, like, back-to-back-to-back yearly releases, and Pokemon used to be the same way. But they just can't do that anymore, and it doesn't look like they're prepared to make that change. Especially not with something as huge as Pokemon Legends seems to be going for.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It seems like a lot of these things are being overlooked because I'm gonna be honest, that development team is probably panicked all to hell right now.
I mean, that's where they were, like, when the latest game, the last, like, main Pokemon game released.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine they've, like, ever recovered.
No. The last mainline Pokemon game, I will admit, there are moments in that game that look pretty good. I like the general direction of the art.
I like the world. The like, open parts are, like, the worst part of it.
Yeah, I think the open parts look fucking terrible. But, like, the top-down segments, the regular part of the game, those look good to fine. Somewhere in that range, they look like how I would expect it to look.
A number of the little, like, towns, people have, like, ported those into VR chat, and I think they're nice to hang out in.
Yeah.
Because, like, different groups of people can, like, go into different, like, shops and stuff.
Yeah,
it's good looking.
Yeah.
The fact that the camera's pulled back in the actual game, but it still, like, looks good enough to, like, stand in is, like, it's a good sign.
Yeah. The problem is the one town we've seen in Pokemon Legends does not look good.
The town in Pokemon Legends looks like about like 2 different building models, with one of them repeated about like 10 times.
It looks like a generated town that was placed in like a fucking like Minecraft server. Like, it feels like this town was generated. Like, is this game generating its maps? Is that what's happening?
Are we looking at a procedural Pokemon game?
Is that what is happening? Are we getting Pokecraft?
Bro,
if we are, this changes everything.
Yeah, they should have told me that.
Yeah, but the fact that they haven't said anything about that makes me really worried.
That's definitely not the case.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's weird, because, like, we saw, like, the first trailer, right? And, like, they were showing off, like, the grasslands and stuff, and we barely saw any landmarks in it. Like, at all. We saw, like, a mountain. Yeah, the mountain in the distance.
You have the mountain.
That's the only landmark in the entire
what more do
area.
You need, bro?
Think about Breath of the Wild's, like, reveal trailers, right?
Okay. I mean, I don't want to draw too many comparisons to Breath of the Wild.
I think it's a fair comparison.
It was in development for, like, 8 years, though.
That's true. But, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they should have learned a lot from Breath of the Wild. And, like, while not emulating it entirely, because that wouldn't be possible.
They do have the basis to go off of.
Yeah, like, literally, there are no fucking, like, landmarks. They're just none.
Isn't, like, Pokemon Company kind of separate from Nintendo?
They are separate.
They are a separate entity, but Nintendo is, like, a majority shareholder.
Yeah. But I don't think they, like, share, like, the same, like...
No, they don't share staff.
No.
What they're saying is...
They could have looked at Breath of the Wild.
The fact that Breath of the Wild is, like, there, and that's clearly what they're already, like, inspired by to go in this new direction with at least, like, a side game.
Yeah.
A side game that they are putting more effort into than the remake of the real game.
Which is looking somehow better than this.
I wouldn't say that.
It looks interesting.
No, the remake is like basically the exact same original game, just like with.
You don't understand. It won't run like ass.
Okay, but it looks like it was made in like RPG Maker on PS2.
I don't care. Editor, please put the Blissey clip back in. That won't happen. I'm not even kidding. It takes like 45 seconds for this fucking Blissey to die.
What if it will? It looks like they're changing so little that it will be like the exact same game.
If it is fucking broken, at the very least, the game won't be $1 million anymore.
The people that they have working, like, it's not Game Freak working on the remake.
Yeah, it's like a separate company.
They hired a separate company, the company that works on Pokémon Home, who has never developed a real video game before.
This is concerning.
They've never even made remakes. They've literally, like, just made weird side applications, and this is their first task to make, like, a beginning to end video game.
Well, at the very least, they don't have to do any design work.
It seems like they are doing no design work.
They've actually made a couple changes that are good. Despite the fact that they're named Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, they're using the Pokedex from Pokemon Platinum.
Yeah.
That may not seem like anything, because you're like, oh, whatever, it was the same game. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are infamous for having 2 fire types in the entire game, one of which being the starter. Platinum added, like, 5 more. So at the very least, you're going to be able to get a Magmar.
Yeah.
So, that's, like, already just, like, fixing one of the biggest problems with those games.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Diamond and Pearl are the ones that needed the update the most. They only run at 30. Their health drains at 30 HP per second, so 1 HP a frame, as opposed to a percentage over time, which if they're going to change anything, they're probably going to change that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Diamond and Pearl are just some of the most well-designed regions, and if they don't do anything to change it, then nobody's going to complain, At the most I think we'll hear people complain about is whether or not they put in the full Battle Frontier from Platinum. That's it.
Yeah.
Which I think they will, I'm going to be honest. I kind of think they will. Because, they've already implemented the Pokedex from Platinum. So I'm not as worried about this game. Game Freak's project, though, that fucking Legends Arceus, bad. It looks terrible.
Didn't ORAS get rid of the Battle Frontier?
Yeah, but that was a Game Freak handled one. Game Freak directly developed ORAS, and it shows.
Wouldn't that make this one less likely to have it?
No, okay. They actually released a statement talking about why they removed the Battle Frontier.
Yeah.
And it literally came across as, well, those millennials, they got their phones. They don't need our Battle Frontiers anymore. You can just be taken out, whatever. No one even cares. No one will do it. And, like, it just came across as a really doomer, and it was, like, the director of the game that made that call. If they're doing a 1-to-1 remake like they say they are, they will literally just, like, at the very least, give us the Battle Tower. And that's all I want, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Battle Tower had, like, story significance.
Didn't they show off some other weird Pokemon thing recently?
Pokemon Sleep. Except not really.
No, they showed off a MOBA.
Oh, fuck the MOBA. I
remember that now.
I didn't even watch the trailer.
If I'm getting into any MOBA, it's gonna be that one.
It actually looks kind of fun, but it also looks like a MOBA.
It just looks like a MOBA, like, it looks like a Dota thing, but, like, with Pokemon.
It looked kind of like Heroes of the Storm, almost.
Well, I'm certain it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Yeah, we could try it. Wait, isn't it only a mobile game, though? It's not on PC?
Never mind, I'm not trying it.
I'm not... Oh, wait, no, Windows 11 can load Android.
Windows 11 can load Android APKs.
Okay, I might try it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Windows 11 ain't coming out until, like, early 2022. But you can upgrade if you're in, like, the beta tester program, which I am.
Yeah.
Nice. Can anyone just be a part of that?
Yeah, you just gotta sign up. They'll approve you in, like, a week.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, Pokemon, I don't know. I want to like Pokemon. I really do. I like the character designs. I like little monsters. Yeah. I like the earlier RPGs. I especially love the Game Boy ones. I have a lot of fondness for those really early Game Boy RPGs and how simple they were and how ambitious they were trying to be.
Yeah.
And, like, I have a lot of appreciation for, like, the sort of the middle chunk there with Gens 4 and 5.
Yeah.
But the rest of it's just so fucking bad. Like, when Pokemon gets bad, it gets bad.
Yeah.
You know, it gets really crusty really fucking fast. Yeah. Sayu? Any more to say?
I don't know how to like explain why I like things, but I like all the Pokemon games.
I think you're wrong and bad for that.
Well, I
Wrong.
think you're stupid.
Oh, yeah? Well, I think you're dumb and bad.
Well, I think that you're a Sonic fan.
You can't. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
You take that back.
You can't just do that to people.
Dude! Okay, are we done with this segment?
Who's that Pokemon? It's
We can cut all this out and just replace it with the Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Just play that on loop until we're ready.
No, we're getting copyright strike.
We will.
Oh.
It's good once, but probably never again.
All right, here we go.
All right.
We got 10 subs. We're up to 10 subs.
Play
Dude, double digits!
Oh, yeah.
Play it on loop, but like put like a different effect on it. Every
This is our
time.
10 sub special.
Dude, 10 subscriber special. We got 10
Where's?
whole subscribers.
How do I just like look at our comments?
You go to the video.
You have to go to like the videos, I guess. You could also check the notifications.
Yeah, well,
but,
we have the fucking comments here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, as of the time of recording this, the video for gatekeeping has yet to
Yeah,
go
we
out.
haven't released gatekeeping yet. It's all my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nyuu keeps slacking on the editing.
I mean,
okay, we
the
forgive
release
him
the release
for now.
schedule isn't super bad as long as like I actually get them out and I don't just like create like a backlog and totally sabotage the entire podcast.
Yeah.
But you know, as long as they come out at some point, it's fine.
I'm cutting all this out anyway.
No.
I mean, maybe I'll like leave some of it. I don't know.
No.
Alright.
All right, so here we go. We got Robert Anderson, legend.
Legend.
The only somewhat modern console I own is the Switch, which I never use. Based. So E3 for me is essentially look at all these games you're never gonna play.
What about the PC ones?
I guess he doesn't have that good of a PC. He doesn't
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess he just doesn't play that many video games.
Whenever he showed up to my chat when I was streaming, he seemed to be on mobile, so I have no idea.
Phone man.
Phone man.
Phone man.
Well, have I got the Battle Royale game for you?
Final Fantasy VII.
Bro, I am
Battle Royale.
I'm so hyped. Whenever I like upgrade my PC and like install Windows 11, I'm gonna fucking get that Battle Royale.
I too am gonna get it. I'm really hyped for it too. It looks really funny.
All right, so we got the upside of being too lazy to care about E3 is when stuff like this happens, I can listen to three dorks talk about the dumpster fire instead of having to watch it myself. I'm glad it's entertaining. You know, I tried very hard to save it.
That episode was literally just us whining for like an hour.
But you know, occasionally we had like funny sound effects.
Yeah.
I think
I predicted right as always.
we're gonna get a little self-congratulatory here, but honestly, my favorite edit is just when we start talking about Death Stranding director's cut. Did you like watch that part?
I did. You're gonna have to jog my memory though.
Like whenever we would start being like, I don't really know what it's about. Like I would play like the part of the footage from the MGS Zero Theory video.
Oh. Okay.
And Josh Rob 1, I don't know who that is, said, "You better believe I'm listening." And he says it's a pretty good time. He's enjoying it.
I don't believe you. If you can send proof, then maybe I'll believe you.
And then Josh Rob again says, "This is my favorite Sonic podcast." and then
Me too.
And then you, Tom, make the observation that the E3 episode is actually a time loop that begins and ends on the same sentence.
Yeah, with Sayu reading out the Urban Dictionary definition of E3. It happens at the beginning and the ending of the episode.
Wait, really?
So we have been repeating that episode on loop forever until the gatekeeping episode releases.
Yeah.
Which still hasn't happened yet. So what do you guys think of E3?
I think it sucks. Except for Nintendo, they're gonna totally save it.
Now hold on, we may.
Nintendo is in 9 hours.
I don't know.
Oh wait, speaking of Nintendo's announcement, recently they announced that Dante.
Oh my god.
Dante from Devil May Cry is coming to Smash Brothers as a Mii fighter. I would like to personally say that I am boycotting Nintendo except for Breath of the Wild 2. I'm never gonna buy another non-Breath of the Wild 2 product.
You guys will never believe it, but we actually unironically received a voicemail from Not Me.
Wait, what?
Wait,
really?
What? Really?
This one is titled "Hello, I'm Robert." So,
Whoa.
you get voice reveal.
Whoa.
Robert, voice reveal.
Robert, voice reveal? Hold on, what?
All right, we're getting a little fan engagement going on. Hold up.
So anyway, I was saying to Knuckles, stop being a stubborn, man, and think. And then he said, well, I guess you're right. And then he said, hey, Sonic, have you ever heard of the Triple Bucket Podcast? and then I said no, and he said, good. And then
Okay, that was pretty good.
All right, Robert sounds like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
He's been a consistent commenter on like everything I do for a while, you know. It's very nice. I appreciate you, Robert. I do.
Yeah.
It's nice to have an audience member that interacts.
You know, this is unrelated, but there's always like, it seems like there's always like one guy who's like following closely like a small group of creators or like a small guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? The world needs that one guy. Where would we be without the one guy who follows you?
You are very appreciated, Robert.
It's such a fun dynamic.
Everyone deserves a Robert in their life.
Yeah. And you know what? For the most part, everyone gets one.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're good. How are we? Wait, what's our bit? What's our fucking bit?
What's our bit?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, end.
And
No, that can't be our bit. What's our fucking bit? We don't have a bit.
we don't have a bit.
What the fuck?
We'll just,
Nobody prepared a fucking bit for the Pokemon episode?
I mean, for the past several episodes, it's just kind of me like cutting it off at a random time and then like playing a funny clip.
Editor, right now, Pokemon.
Yo, wait, hold up. I got a bit. Cut this part out. Hold up. Alright.
We got a bit?
Yeah, we got a bit.
We got a bit.
We got a bit.
I got a bit. Actually, there's no bit in this drill. I've just found out, so we have no bit.
We have no bits.
Fuck.
God damn it.
End it now.